Hey guys, welcome to your daily mobility flow. Hope you guys are having a good start to your week. We are going to start this flow on your bellies. So we're going to go face down on the ground and we're going to work the shoulder for a minute. We'll start with the arms straight out, completely to the side. And then we're just going to roll. This is my right hand. I'm going to roll my left foot over towards it. And start to loosen up your back. And loosen up this shoulder joint too. We'll hang out here for about 30 seconds. All right, go ahead and rest. We're going to bring the elbow up about 2 inches and then bend at the elbow. So we're right here. The elbow's slightly above the shoulder and my elbow's bent just over 90 degrees. And we're going to roll here. You should feel it in your pec a lot more this time. All right, let's rest and switch. So, arms going straight out to the side, and we're gonna roll. 30 seconds. All right, go ahead and rest. We're gonna raise the arm, elbow about 3 inches, and then bend the elbow, and then we're gonna roll out towards that elbow. And rest. You know me, I like efficiency, so we're gonna stay down here. We're gonna lay on your side, and we're gonna stretch both your quads. So, side down, bringing the quad in. Think about squeezing this glute, push this hip forward. That'll add to your quad stretch, because the glutes are a hip extender, and the quads are a hip flexor. It's not their primary function, which is why we bend the knee. Primary function is knee extension. So if we flex the knee and then extend the hip, that's what's going to stretch the quads, because the quad's goal is to shorten. And when they shorten, they extend the knee and they flex. Flex the hip. So we do the opposite. Think about, like, you know, if you and I both grabbed a rubber band. All right, let's switch sides. And we started, you know, in a big rubber band. And, you know, you and I started walking away from each other. The rubber band would start to stretch. And in that stretch, it would actually be pulling us closer together. It would be pulling us back towards each other. So by stretching it, by going apart, it's pulling us back together. The more we stretch it, the more it's gonna, the stronger it'll pull us back together. And it's the same thing that we do with your muscles. The direction that they create motion in, the opposite is what stretches them. Just like when we do the opposite, when we go away from each other with a rubber band, it pulls us back together, or it attempts to. And that's your anatomy lesson for today. Done. I was trying to think of something creative to finish that sentence and I couldn't, so I just said done. I'm sorry, couldn't clutch up for you guys. All right, rest up, rest up. Go ahead and sit up, take your time. No hurry, we're gonna go for the hips next. So we're gonna spread the knees. Ooh, let the knees sink away from each other. You can sit down to your elbows if you want, or you can stay up on your hands. We're gonna rock, kind of sit back towards your ankles, and then hips forward. And we're just gonna work back and forth, and letting the knees slide away from each other the whole time. I bet this one looks super cool on camera, doesn't it? I never watch these, ever. I make sure that the audio and the video is linked up, and make sure the outro and the music and everything is right, but I don't ever watch myself, because I think if I started watching as a review, I would just stop doing this. I don't feel very good at it, so hopefully the stretching is okay. It's been helpful for me, so I figure if it's been helpful for me, it's probably good for other people too. But all right, go and rest. We're gonna drop one leg back, and we're just gonna hang out in this position. We're not gonna do any rotational stuff or anything like that, just big lunge. Let this hip sink down towards the ground. Try to relax it so it drops in. You can go hands to support. You can come up to the thigh. If you want to drop down to elbow. But you should feel this back hip stretching. And we're just going to relax in this position. You can kind of work the hip in some different angles if you want. Or just spend another 30 seconds here for about 45 seconds total. All right, let's go ahead and switch sides. Take your time. Shoulders rest for a second. And let's hit it. Got about 40 seconds here. Again, drop that hip down towards the ground. Go ahead and rest. Now we're gonna finish with a little ankle and shoulder together. So sit back on your feet if you can. If you need to be up here, that's fine, but if you can sit back on your feet in this base position, we're just gonna bring one across and we're gonna pull that shoulder. We'll spend about 20 seconds on each side. Nothing too crazy here. Just working the opposite direction that we started with at the shoulder. The watch is in the way. Switch sides. Take one over top. We're gonna elbow behind the head, push the hand down, and then add a little leverage to open up that lat on this side and stretch out the tricep. Switch. That is your daily mobility flow. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you dearly, and I hope you got a good stretch. I will see you guys tomorrow. Later.